What is good, y'all? And welcome today to State Forest State Park of Northern Colorado in the summer mountains of State Forest State Park. We're going to embark today on a trip that I've been wanting to do for over a year. I'm going to go up the American Lakes Trail, which is about a 4-mile trail, about 1,600 feet of elevation gain. We should see all manner of things. We should see mountain lakes. Perhaps we'll go to the top of one of the mountains up there, pending how much snow there is. Also, too, hopefully some wildlife, as this apparently is the moose capital of Colorado. So hopefully we'll get to see one from an appropriate distance. Again, I've been waiting forever to actually take this on. I'm excited, so let's go do it. Okay, well, we have now reached the Michigan Ditch Trail, which for my hike is actually, we're about 2.8 miles in. I actually had to start today not from the actual American Lakes Trailhead, which if you go on like All Trails or whatever, that's likely where it'll say to start, but I actually had to start from where Highway 14 meets up with a frontage road that is supposed to take you to the American Lakes Trailhead, but unfortunately that is currently closed, so that's about 1.5 miles in on that road, pretty flat road. But then the elevation, you start the elevation, and we've done about, I think, 700 feet or so, maybe another 900 feet to go. But as you can see in the background, it looks like 3 miles to the actual American Lakes, and I think that's probably likely where I'm going to try to set up camp somewhere in that general vicinity. Certainly take a look at Thunder Pass, which, as you can see, is 4 miles. So I'm going to take a little break here and then continue on up to American Lakes. Okay, well, we have set up camp at this point in time. Basically what I did is I came up the American Lakes Trail where it intersected with the Crags Trail, which I'm going to be looping back tomorrow on. And And so I took that down a little bit to make my hike out of here a little quicker, a little easier tomorrow, and also to get some protection from the wind. So that's all set up. At this point, we got probably about 3/4 of a mile to go up to the lakes, the American Lakes and Snow Lake, and we'll see if there's too much snow to go up on Thunder Pass. But we have camp set up, so it's time to the fun part starts right now. We're gonna go take a look at the jewels of this particular hike. So let's go see it. All right, well, we have waddled ourselves back to camp after going, as you I didn't talk a lot because I wanted the scenery to speak for itself, but made my way up to Michigan. Well, it's called American Lake. Some people call it Michigan Lakes, but I think American Lakes is the appropriate title. And was able to get hydrated there, glugged like 2 liters of water. And then I had a decision to make. There just wasn't enough time, and my legs were starting to turn to jello. So it was either going to be Thunder Pass or Snow Lake, which is actually just above American Lakes and requires a little bit of a kind of a rock scramble and lots of snow up there too. So I figured, you know, being out here alone, it's probably for the best that I go the other way. But I ended up going to Thunder Pass, and I do not regret that decision. That was fantastic, looking over into Rocky Mountain National Park and looking back up at the Electrode and Static Peak. Just absolutely mind-blowing scenery. So again, back at camp, I'm gonna go ahead. I got dinner ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and go up on a ridge here for sunset. We'll be able to take a look at some mountains, a couple east-facing mountains that hopefully will, you know, catch some of the rays coming in from the setting sun. So hoping for a magical sunset at my favorite day of backpacking ever so far. So let's finish with a bang. All right, well, a good morning to you. Just got camp packed up. It's just short of 6:30, and we are going to begin our descent. As I talked about earlier, we took to get up here. Took the American Lakes Trail to begin the descent. I'm going to start go down the Noku Crags Trail, which runs along the Noku Crags. So hopefully we'll get some really good views of that. But again, just so we can get some different views on the way out, about 4 or 5 miles. So hopefully just a couple of hours on out of here, and we'll wrap this baby up. Okay, we're back at the car, and we have now completed the American Lakes and Crags Trail Loop here in State Forest State Park in northern Colorado. Hands down, my favorite backpacking trip ever. I have to say, that was just, the views were everywhere and frequent. It was absolutely stunning all the way around. I will make mention on the way down on that Crags Trail, if that's something you're going to try, I would recommend that you wait till maybe mid-July. It was there was some waist deep snow. I was post holing on some slopes. It was, it probably needs another 2 weeks at least, if not a month. I'm here on I think June the 23rd, but still stunning views. But again, this was an absolutely tremendous trip all the way around. And if you've made it this far, I want to thank you so much as always, and I hope to see you in the next one.